Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Liam and Olivia.
Yes, welcome. We are so genuinely happy you chose to spend this time with us today.
This is the podcast where English feels real, warm, and part of your actual everyday life.
No textbooks, no boring charts, just honest conversations that help you grow in a real way.
And today we have an episode that is going to feel a little bit like opening a secret door.
Yes, because today we are talking about things that exist in English that most classrooms and most teachers simply never got around to explaining.
Things that native speakers use every single day without even thinking about them.
And things that learners hear and feel confused by because nobody ever sat down and explained them properly.
Before we get into it, a small and sincere request from us to you.
If this podcast is helping your English feel more natural and more confident, please like this episode right now.
And if you are not yet part of our community, please subscribe today. A fresh new episode is ready for you every single day.
Every episode you listen to is one more real step forward. Do not miss a single one. So today, we are talking about English tenses.
But not the ones you already know, not the simple past or the present simple.
We are talking about the ones that nobody really sat down and taught you properly.
The ones that show up in real conversations all the time, but were never on the board at school.
And when you hear them or try to use them, something just feels a little off or a little unclear.
Today, we are going to fix that. We are going to make those tenses feel familiar and natural.
And we are going to do it the way we always do, through real life, through feeling, through conversation.
Not through memorizing lists of verb forms, but through understanding what these tenses actually mean in real human moments.
There are three main ones we want to focus on today, and each one is going to open up your English in a completely new way.
So, take a breath, get comfortable, and let us open that secret door together. Let us start with the first one, the present perfect continuous.
This one sounds very long and very scary when you see the name written down.
But the feeling behind it is actually very simple and very human.
This tense is for actions that started in the past and are still continuing right now into the present.
But more than that, it's for actions that have a visible result or a feeling in the present moment.
Think about this situation. You walk into your kitchen and you smell something amazing. Your partner is standing at the stove.
You say, "Have you been cooking? Something smells incredible."
Have you been cooking? That is the present perfect continuous. The cooking started some time ago, it's still happening, and you can feel and smell the result right now.
The key feeling of this tense is ongoing effort with a present result. Something has been happening, and the effect is visible right now.
Another example, you have a friend who has been trying to get a new job for months. Finally, she gets an interview.
She calls you excited and nervous, and she says, "I have been preparing for this interview for weeks. I really hope it goes well."
I have been preparing. The preparation started weeks ago, it has continued every day, and the feeling of that effort is present right now in this moment as she talks to you.
You can feel the dedication in those words, the time invested, the hope carried through all those weeks.
That's what this tense does. It doesn't just describe an action, it carries the weight of time and effort inside it.
One more example. You come home after a long day.
Your eyes are red, your energy is low. Your friend asks what happened.
You say, "I have been staring at a screen all day. My eyes are exhausted."
I have been staring. The staring started in the morning, it continued all day, and the exhaustion is the present result you're feeling right now.
The tense tells the whole story, not just what happened, but how long it happened and what it left behind.
And that's why native speakers reach for this tense so naturally in conversation, because it says so much more than simple past ever could.
Simple past says, "I worked." Present perfect continuous says, "I have been working." And the second one carries so much more feeling.
It carries duration, it carries effort, it carries the sense that something is still alive, still ongoing, still part of this moment.
And that's the heart of the present perfect continuous.
Actions that started before now, continued up to now, and left their mark on this moment.
Feel that. Don't memorize it, just feel it, and it will start coming naturally.
Now say it with us. Everyone listening, repeat this sentence out loud.
I have been working on my English for a long time, and it's starting to show.
Say it again. I have been working on my English for a long time, and it's starting to show.
Feel the weight of that sentence, the effort, the time, the visible result. That's the present perfect continuous doing exactly what it was made to do.
That sentence is true for every single one of you. Say it and believe it.
Now let's move to the second tense that school rarely taught you properly.
The past perfect, also known as the tense of what happened before what happened.
That's actually a perfect way to describe it.
When we tell stories or explain situations in English, we often need to go back further than the main event.
We need to explain what had already happened before the thing we are talking about.
And that's exactly what the past perfect does. It goes one step further back into the past.
Think about this situation. You and a friend are talking about a dinner party from last weekend.
You say, when I arrived at the party, everyone had already eaten.
Everyone had already eaten. That had already eaten is the past perfect.
It tells us that the eating happened before you arrived. Two past events, one came before the other. The past perfect shows which one came first.
Without the past perfect, you'd say, I arrived and everyone ate. But that sounds like both things happened at the same time.
With the past perfect, you say, when I arrived, everyone had already eaten. And now the timeline is completely clear. The eating came first, then your arrival.
The past perfect makes the order clear.
And you can feel the frustration in that sentence. The decision was done before you even arrived. The past perfect carries that emotion of missing something, of arriving too late.
Or, a more positive example, you apply for a course you've always wanted to do. The day the results come out, you find out you got in.
You call your mother and say, I couldn't believe it. I had never thought I would actually get accepted.
I had never thought. That thought, or the absence of that belief, existed before this moment of acceptance. The past perfect takes you back to before.
Before the good news arrived, you had never believed it would happen, and now it has. The contrast between had never thought and the reality of getting in is beautiful.
The past perfect doesn't just clarify time, it adds emotional depth to a story.
It lets you show what existed before, what was believed before, what had already been done before the moment you're describing.
And in storytelling, in conversation, in explaining life situations, that depth is everything.
Think about another real-life moment. You're meeting an old friend after many years apart.
You catch up over coffee and they ask if you remember the first time you met.
You laugh and say, of course, I had just moved to the city, I hadn't made any friends yet, and then you walked in.
I had just moved, I hadn't made any friends yet. Both of those use the past perfect because they described what was true before the moment of meeting.
Before that friend walked in, you were new, alone, and still finding your footing. The past perfect paints that picture perfectly.
And then that friend walked in. Simple past, because the walking in was the moment itself.
Past perfect for what came before, simple past for the moment itself. Together, they tell a complete and clear story.
That's how real English storytelling works. And now you have the tool to do it.
Now, say it with us. Repeat this sentence out loud.
By the time I found this podcast, I had already been trying to improve my English for so long.
Say it again. By the time I found this podcast, I had already been trying to improve my English for so long.
Did you notice something beautiful there? That sentence used both the past perfect and the present perfect continuous.
Had already been trying. Past perfect continuous. The trying happened before finding the podcast, and it had been continuous. Two tenses working together naturally.
Your brain is more capable than you think. You're already doing this.
Now, let's talk about the third tense that school rarely taught you properly.
The future perfect, also known as the tense of what will happen before what happened.
That's actually a perfect way to describe it.
When we imagine a future moment and look back at what will already be done by that point,
you stand in the imagined future and look back at the present or near future and you say, by then, this will already be finished.
Think about a project at work. It's Monday and you're planning your week.
You tell your colleague, by Friday, I will have finished the full report.
By Friday, I will have finished. You're standing in imagined Friday and looking back. The finishing of the report will be already done by that point.
It's a confident tense. It says, I know this will be done. I'm sure of it. By that future point, it will be complete.
Or a personal goal. You're on a language learning journey and you're tracking your progress.
You say to yourself, by the end of this year, I will have listened to over 100 episodes of English podcasts.
By the end of this year, that's the future point, will have listened. The listening will be already complete by that point.
And that sentence is possible for every single listener today. By the end of this year, you will have listened to so much English, and you will feel the difference.
Or a travel situation. You're planning a big trip and you're excited. You tell your friend, by this time next year, I will have visited 5 new countries.
By this time next year, future point, will have visited. The visiting will be complete by then, looking back from that future moment at what will already be done.
This tense is wonderful for goals, for plans, for imagining your future self looking back at completed achievements.
It's the tense of ambition, of planning, of believing that the future will hold something wonderful that you're already working toward.
And when you use it, you sound not just fluent, but genuinely thoughtful and forward-looking.
Native speakers use this tense in business, in planning conversations, in discussions about goals and timelines.
And once you start using it naturally, people will notice the sophistication in your English immediately. Not because it is complicated, but because it shows you can think in English across time, past, present, and future all at once. Now, let us talk about common mistakes learners make with these 3 tenses.
The first mistake, using simple past instead of present perfect continuous when describing ongoing effort.
For example, someone asks why you look so tired, and the learner says, I worked all day.
That is not wrong, but it sounds like the working is completely finished, like it's over and done.
The more natural and expressive answer is, I have been working all day, because the tiredness is a present result of ongoing work.
I have been working all day carries the weight of the day in it. I worked all day feels more like a report.
Use present perfect continuous when the action has a visible result or feeling in the present moment, when the effort shows.
The second mistake, forgetting to use past perfect when telling stories and mixing up the timeline.
For example, someone tells a story this way. I arrived at the airport, the plane left, I missed my flight.
Each sentence sounds like it happened one after another at the same time, but actually the plane leaving happened before the arrival.
The clearer and more natural way is, when I arrived at the airport, the plane had already left. I missed my flight.
Had already left, past perfect. Now the timeline is clear. The plane left first, then the arrival. The past perfect puts the events in the right order.
Whenever you tell a story and one thing happened before another, think about whether past perfect would make the order clearer.
It usually will, and it will make your storytelling so much more natural and easy to follow.
The third mistake, using simple future instead of future perfect for completed future actions.
For example, someone says, by next month I will finish my course.
That is understandable, but the more precise and natural version is, by next month I will have finished my course.
Will have finished. The finishing will be complete by that future point, looking back from next month at a completed action.
The difference is subtle, but will finish sounds like something happening at that moment. Will have finished sounds like something already complete by that moment.
And in formal conversations, in work settings, in planning discussions, that distinction sounds very impressive and very natural.
Remember, these mistakes are not failures, they're signposts. They show you exactly where the next level of fluency is waiting for you.
And now you have the map to get there.
Now, let us bring all 3 tenses into real daily life situations together.
Imagine it's a Sunday evening. You're reflecting on your week and planning the one ahead.
You think about how tired you feel. You realize why. You have been doing so much this week. Present perfect continuous. The effort has been ongoing, and the tiredness is the result.
You call a friend and she asks how you are. You say, honestly, I've been feeling overwhelmed lately. There's just been so much going on.
I have been feeling. The feeling started some time ago, and it is still present right now. The listener understands not just what you feel, but that you've been carrying this for a while.
Your friend listens and then asks if you remember the last time you felt this way, and you think back.
You say, yes, it was 2 years ago when I had just started my new job. I had not yet found my rhythm. Everything felt uncertain.
I had just started. I had not yet found my rhythm. past perfect. These things existed before the feeling of overwhelm, before the specific moment you're describing. The past perfect takes both of you back to that earlier time.
Your friend says, "But look at you now. You got through that, and you'll get through this too."
You smile and say, I know, and honestly, by the end of next month, I will have sorted most of this out. I just need to keep going.
By the end of next month, I will have sorted most of this out. Future perfect. You're standing in imagined future and looking back at what will be complete by that point.
By next year, I will have finished. By that time, I will have learned. By then, everything will have changed.
One conversation, 3 tenses, all completely natural, all carrying real human emotion.
Present perfect continuous for the ongoing feeling, past perfect for the earlier experience, future perfect for the confident plan forward.
Together, they painted a complete picture of a real human life across past, present, and future.
That's what mastering these tenses actually looks like. Not charts, not lists, but real conversations about real feelings.
Let's try a work situation now.
It's Thursday afternoon. Your team has a big deadline on Friday. The pressure is real.
Your manager checks in and asks for an update. You say, "I've been working on the final section all afternoon. It's almost done."
I've been working. Present perfect continuous. The working started this afternoon and is still ongoing. Your manager can see the result in your tired eyes and focused expression.
She nods and asks about the earlier sections. You say, "I had already completed those by Wednesday morning. They're ready to review."
I had already completed. Past perfect. Those sections were done before Wednesday morning became the point of reference. The timeline is clear. The earlier completion is distinct from the current work.
Your manager smiles and says, "Perfect. So by tomorrow afternoon, we will have submitted everything on time."
By tomorrow afternoon, we will have submitted. Future perfect. She's standing in imagined tomorrow and looking back at a completed submission.
Confidence, clarity, professionalism, all expressed through tense choices that most learners were never taught.
And now you know them, and now you can use them, and now your English carries a whole new level of depth.
Let's try one more, a personal and emotional situation.
You have a close friend who's been going through a really difficult time. You've been worried about them for weeks.
You have been worried. Present perfect continuous. The worry started weeks ago, and it is still present right now. It hasn't stopped.
You finally get to see them in person. Over coffee, you talk honestly. They say, I'm sorry I disappeared. I had been struggling for a long time before I finally asked for help.
I had been struggling for a long time. Past perfect continuous. The struggling happened before the asking for help, and it was continuous, going on and on before that moment of reaching out.
That sentence carries so much, the silence before the breaking, the weight carried alone before the asking.
You take their hand and say, "Please don't apologize. I'm just glad you reached out. And by the time this year is over, I will have been here for you through every single part of it."
By the time this year is over, I will have been here for you. Future perfect continuous, looking back from the future at continuous support across the whole year.
That sentence is a promise, a beautiful, complete promise made across time.
And all 3 tenses work together to tell a story of friendship, of worry, of struggle, and of commitment.
English gave you the tools to express all of that, and now those tools belong to you.
Say it with us one final time. Everyone listening, repeat this out loud.
By the time I finish learning English, I will have changed my life completely.
Say it with full belief. By the time I finish learning English, I will have changed my life completely.
Future perfect, confident, forward-looking, and completely true for every single person listening today.
Say it on the hard days. Say it when it feels slow. Say it until you believe it completely, because it is true.
Let's bring everything together now. The present perfect continuous is for actions that started in the past and are still ongoing now, with a visible result or feeling in the present moment. I have been learning. I have been working. I have been trying.
The past perfect is for describing what happened before something else in the past, what had already occurred, what had already been true before the moment you're describing. I had finished, I had already left, I had never expected.
The future perfect is for imagining a future moment and looking back at what will already be complete by that point. By next year, I will have finished. By that time, I will have learned. By then, everything will have changed.
3 tenses, 3 windows in time, all natural, all human, all available to you right now.
And the beautiful thing is, you don't need to memorize rules to use them. You just need to feel what each one does and trust yourself to reach for the right one.
Your English brain is getting stronger every single day. We see it, we feel it in the progress you're all making.
You showed up today, you listened, you practiced, and that means you're already ahead of where you were yesterday.
The tenses that school never taught you are now yours. Use them, experiment with them, make mistakes with them. That's how they become natural.
And we'll always be here to guide you through every step of the way.
If today's episode opened something new in your English understanding, please give it a like right now.
And if you're not subscribed yet, please join our family today. A brand new episode is waiting for you every single day.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. Your presence here means everything to us, truly.
This has been English with Liam and Olivia. Simple English, real conversations, daily practice.
Take care of yourselves, keep learning, keep growing. We'll see you in the very next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.